Hey everyone, welcome back. Rebecca Jean here with Style My Sweets. Today I'm so excited to bring you guys 11 snowman Christmas winter DIY decor pieces using mostly items from the Dollar Tree. I hope you enjoy these snowman Christmas winter DIYs. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get started. Getting started for this one, I'm actually going to use a wall panel that was left over from when we recently added a wainscoting paneling design in our dining room. The whole dining room makeover will actually be posted on my channel, Rebecca Jean, so you can follow me over there for lifestyle and home vlog videos. Now, I got this panel on Amazon. That's where I ordered them from, so I can link these if you're interested. I do believe you can actually buy a single one or maybe a pack of 2 of these if you're interested, but honestly, the most budget-friendly thing to do would honestly be to just use like one of the 18-inch Dollar Tree wreath frames. For me, I just wanted to use up something I already had laying around the house. I tied this snowman at the top center, so he will hang down in the center. Now, to layer some bright festive Christmas bows on here, I'm starting by folding this ribbon over and over on itself, making about 5 or 6 layers of ribbon that are about 8 to 10 inches wide. Pinch that in the center, tie it off with some wire, and then fluff out your ribbon loops. I did the same thing with this sparkly polka dot ribbon. I actually got this one in Dollar General, I believe, for $2. And then I tied this bow right in next to the red glitter bow, and then I added a red deco mesh bow as well.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love.
You can hot glue some berries and flocked greenery picks in there and have them kind of peeking out from behind the bows.
And while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire, 'cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
I also took 2 pipe cleaners, folded them in half, and used them on either side of that red ribbon that we used to tie the snowman up at the top. And I twisted the pipe cleaners together really tightly to make a hanger for this Christmas snowman wreath. Now you can use this on your front door, or you can use it inside just as wall decor, Christmas wall decor. And then I glued another piece of pine, some berries, and a pine cone, along with a few little poinsettia flowers, just whatever little Christmas floral pieces that you want to use, up at the top over the hanger part, in order to just complete the look of this super cute, fun, and festive snowman wreath wall decor DIY. And here is how it turned out.
Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
For the next one, you're going to need a wreath frame from Dollar Tree, and you will need 1 or 2 buffalo check scarves. We're going to cut the fringe off the end, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this scarf into a whole bunch of shorter pieces. And I'm basically making my cuts about every 2 inches or so. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just every 2 squares make another slice in the material, so that you'll end up with a whole bunch of shorter pieces, and then you can just take them and tie them around your wreath. Comment and let me know if you guys know, is this a rag wreath? I forget what you call that, this design. I actually did a whole blanket like this years ago for Mike back when we were first dating, and we actually still have it, although it has since turned into Kenzie's blanket, our Italian Greyhound, so she uses the blanket more than we do now. But anyway, yeah, so this is really easy. It doesn't require any skill. It doesn't require any sewing. Next, since this is going to be a snowman wreath, I'm taking one of these wooden snowman signs from Dollar Tree. This is just a wood sign, so you can totally paint or customize this however you want. And you know what? You can just go ahead and paint this entire thing white. I kind of started just by painting the snowman part white, and then I didn't know what color for sure I wanted his hat to be or his scarf. I definitely thought about doing like a Santa hat and doing like a red scarf and a red hat with the white trim. Anyway, I just decided to go with something different, and rather than doing a Santa outfit here, just go ahead and kind of coordinate it to my wreath. So I did black trim on the hat and did a white pom-pom with some glitter on it out on the end, and I decided to make kind of like a checkered pattern, although if you can see how his hat is kind of slouching over to the side, I did not want all the squares to be perfectly straight because I figured they were straight but the hat is kind of crooked. So anyway, I kind of drew out a little bit of a pattern here, some squares, how I wanted them coming around so I could make this sort of a plaid pattern. And basically I'm just alternating and staggering white, black, and then a square that has diagonal striping in it, just creating a little plaid effect. And then I just did the exact same thing on his scarf.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear, jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before.
For our little snowman's face, obviously I'm starting with an orange carrot nose, and Dollar Tree does have orange acrylic paint, so I keep one on hand and I get so much use out of it. And then I'm going to take my black Sharpie paint pen, but I started making something for his eyes, and at least I get to show you guys a variety of different style eyes, and you can pick what you like and make your snowman that way. I just did these large black circles. In order to get a little glitter and shine on here, I added these rhinestones for the center of our snowman's eyes. And despite adding in some cute eyebrows and a really happy smile, I still I'm not totally satisfied with how the eyes turned out. I don't know why. For some reason, it has like a little spooky look to me, I guess, which is so weird because he looks like a happy, smiling snowman. I don't know. It's just, it didn't quite turn out the way that I was hoping, but let me know your thoughts. Does he look cute or does he look spooky? Now, of course, I felt like my wreath would not be complete without adding some bows and some Christmas stuff. So I've got this red glitter ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm just folding that over on itself and then bunching it into the middle and leaving a tail hanging down. So I did the same thing with some of that burlap and lace ribbon, which honestly, I don't really like the burlap and lace with this. I couldn't decide what to add to this wreath, so I kind of just decided to use something that I already had laying around on hand. And it's kind of cute, and if that fits with your decor, it'll probably be perfect. But, you know, use what works for you. So if you need gold or silver, or maybe you want to add white, honestly, I think some white ribbon in here instead of the burlap might look better. But I didn't have any white ribbon, so I'm just kind of going with this. And then I filled in around where the bow is going to be. I want it all coming out from under there. I pulled apart a Christmas floral pick from Dollar Tree. So I have like these little snowy branches and the glitter covered pine cones. But of course, you know, definitely feel free to use whatever you have. And anyway, here is how this wreath turned out. Okay, we are moving on to the next one. For this one, I'm actually taking a fall pumpkin, and I wanted to try spray painting this if I went really lightly and just see if I could get it to be white as a base for a snowman with a very light coat of spray paint so that it hopefully wouldn't eat into the styrofoam. Now, I was able to get some paint on there, and I just did really, really lightly misting on the paint, and it really didn't eat into the styrofoam at all, which was nice. However, I felt like it kind of was staying a little bit tacky and sticky, and it wasn't drying as well as I hoped. So honestly, you guys, I just let me know if you have tips, but I don't have much success in spray painting styrofoam. So I ended up just going over this and just covering it with a coat of white chalk paint, and that was so much easier and so much better. I mean, the fact that I had spray painted it a little bit already definitely gave me a base coat in order to just chalk paint really easily over and get a really good coverage, because I think otherwise you're probably still going to need 2 coats of chalk paint. I did add some glitter on here as well while it was wet. I thought that would be kind of fun, just to add a little bit of sparkle. And then for our snowman's head, now I had this idea of using one of these cute little snowman ornaments from Dollar Tree this year. And what I'm going to do is actually remove the stem of the pumpkin and then take one of the jumbo popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree. But I'm just using this now to stick that popsicle stick down into where the pumpkin stem was, and then we're going to glue the snowman head onto it. So this is going to kind of be like the neck and support this head standing up. But what you want to do is leave a space in between the snowman head and this other pumpkin for the snowman body, so that we can take one of the scarves from Dollar Tree and we're going to give our snowman an actual scarf. Now I wanted to use this red checkered one, the red plaid, and it's pretty big to fit around here. So what I did was actually overlap that middle portion of the scarf and then kind of fold it on itself and use that around the back. So this way I had a shorter section left over to tie in the front, and it wouldn't be like too long. It was really quick and easy. I think it turned out super cute, and it'll definitely fit with your snowman winter decor, snowman Christmas decor. For the next one now, I am going to make somewhat of like a candy dish, candy bowl, or a tray that you could put like keys in or your outgoing mail. Taking 2 glass candlesticks from Dollar Tree. Now these are glued together. Again, this was left over from a previous project, but you basically glue the 2 tops of the glass candlesticks together. You can do this with hot glue to make it quick, or you can do it with E6000 if you want to get a super great strong hold on here. This one also has a little trinket tray, also from Dollar Tree, already glued to the top. Renee had been making something out of this, and this was left over, so I figured I'm going to use it up and I'm going to make a cute craft and a little decoration for our Christmas decor with it. She already glued this little trinket tray, and she painted the trinket tray over with white chalk paint already. I decided to use this the way it is because you don't really need the trinket tray. However, I think it helps, and I think it adds a good bit of stability. And if you paint it white, it's gonna look better. Because then what we're gonna do is take this garden dish, glue that right on here, right on top of that trinket tray. I flipped this over, spray painted the whole underside white. Now, I found this adorable yardstick sign in Dollar Tree, and I already broke off the sign, the stick part, so that I can just use the snowman. I also had some tumbling tower game blocks, and these I had already glued together. These did not work out from a previous project that I tried, and they did not work, but they're going to be perfect for this. So all you really need is to just use or glue some of those wooden blocks together, and you can kind of create like a little stand for the back of the snowman so that you can support him and help him stand up in the candy dish here. I wanted to go ahead and add some flocked florals and a winter pick, some of this ribbon, along with some pink ribbon that I had left over also from Dollar Tree. The bright red and green and pink, it would coordinate with the colors on the snowman. I went ahead, and what I do with the ribbon is kind of make a loop and then fold it the other way and then overlap it again to the left and again over the right side. And then, so I have like a couple folds over itself. And then I just pinch that in the middle and tie it off with some wire. And then you can fan out the loops now on each side. And I like to leave a long tail hanging down, so we can cut that one. I cut mine up diagonally into the center so that it would kind of create this V point. And I tied that in on top of my Christmas floral pick, and super easy. The last thing I want to do to fill in the center of the bow is I'm going to add a couple of these little shiny vase filler balls along with one of these little styrofoam snowflakes. I guess these are also a vase filler technically. There's like little Christmas trees and stars, and there's a whole pack of these little foam shapes that you can get in Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna add a little snowflake on there and some little glitter vase filler balls, and this is pretty much done. So here is how our little candy dish turned out. Let me know, what would you guys put in here? I am still actually looking for some good dairy-free candies that I could maybe put out around the holidays, but for now I'm going to just stick some peppermints that I had laying around, stick them in here, and I might keep this out here in the foyer because it does fit in really well with our Christmas candy cane and candy decor out here, and he's super cute. So I'm interrupting these snowman DIYs to let you guys know that I wanted to do a little giveaway in this video. So these twinkle lights that I'm wearing here are 50 feet long, and I'm going to give away a set of, I believe it comes with 4 of these packs. So you get 4 50 feet long. They're like little copper wire strand with the little twinkle lights. Now what I love about these is that they have 8 different settings that you can set your lights to. They also have a timer, so with a remote control, which makes them amazing. So when I set like these in the tree, I can just use my timer, turn them on and off as I want them, or just, you know, with the remote, or set the timer to go on and off at certain times. It just makes it so much easier. So I love having these. I use them in all of my Christmas trees now. So lots of fun. I'm going to give away a set of these for you guys. So you'll get 4 of these little packs so you can use them around your home, on the mantle, in a Christmas tree, over your headboard, on your bed, you know, wherever you want. They're just really fun and festive for Christmas and the holidays. So in order to enter, just be subscribed to my channel, Style My Sweets, give this video a thumbs up, and comment and let me know, what is your favorite thing about winter? So I figured for people like me that don't like winter that much, this is going to be a great little positivity message, and we can like share some positive things to look forward to and enjoy about winter. And if you love winter, this should be really easy for you. But for those of us that don't like winter so much, we can think of something positive, something that we can look forward to and enjoy about the winter season. So comment and let me know in order to enter. All of the information for the giveaway will also be listed down below in the description box. I am taking 3 signs from Dollar Tree, and what we're going to go ahead and do is take one of these little pumpkin signs. I'm using the back of this one, and then taking an ornament sign, gluing that down on top of it, and then I'm taking one of these farm fresh apple signs and gluing that one upside down behind the top of the ornament sign. So hopefully you guys can just kind of see what I'm doing here. They also had these fall signs that have the little curved piece that say like welcome or happy fall, and I am just going to pull that piece off and then glue that to the side. You can do it on either side that you want, but it's basically going to go from one side to the middle, and then we're going to have the other side be empty, and we're going to be filling that in with florals. So go ahead now and basically paint this entire thing white with white chalk paint. I didn't paint that little happy fall sign that we glued on there. That one I'm actually going to go ahead and paint black, and that is going to be the rim of our snowman's hat, or his, yeah, that's going to be the rim of our snowman's hat. I was going to say cap, but yeah, it's more of a hat, I think. So we're going to make like a buffalo check kind of plaid hat here. So I just took my ruler now and sectioned off squares to make his hat. And basically what I did on here, I basically alternated all of the squares with a white square and then one with stripes. And then I went back and did each row, one of them I filled the white squares in and made them black, and then the next row I left the white squares white. So then on the ones that have the lines, you could do them straight vertical. I did them on a diagonal, so it's totally up to you. I felt like the lines were still kind of narrow because I was doing this with a Sharpie pen. So if you want to, you can go ahead and do it with a Sharpie marker instead, which would give you a little bit thicker lines. You might like that better. Otherwise, you can also take your chalk paint and just kind of dry brush a little black chalk paint on there, and that will help darken those in between areas that we made with the stripes. I mean, you could totally do this just black and white plaid, but I kind of felt like these gray striped areas gave it just like a little bit more dimension and interest, and I really like how it turned out. And then I did take my white chalk marker, which this is totally optional, but I did use it around the edges of the white squares just to help kind of clean up those lines a little bit. Now let's go ahead. I made the band for his hat black, and for his eyes I made these just like 2 black ovals, and I did go ahead and leave a white circle in the bottom portion of each black oval. So if that makes sense, you guys can kind of see how I made my snowman's eyes here. And then for my nose, let's go ahead and make him a cute little carrot nose. And for that, I took a jumbo popsicle stick. This is one of the really large ones that comes from Walmart, and I just cut a piece out of it to a pointed shape in order to kind of make this look like a pointy carrot. And then Dollar Tree sells acrylic paint, so I brushed on some orange acrylic paint. Now this is the only thing that wasn't Dollar Tree, is this green curly pick. This is actually something from the Christmas section at Hobby Lobby, and I got this years ago. And I decided to actually just use it here because I've had it laying around. Now, Dollar Tree has plenty of options. You don't have to go to Hobby Lobby and get anything, but this only costs slightly more than a Dollar Tree pick, and it was something I already had. So I am just going to go ahead and use it, but I basically just glued that on there, pointed in, and then that way it's kind of coming up over the black cap. And then I took a few little picks from Dollar Tree and glued those little floral Christmas clips on there as well. They have like a little ornament, a little gift, this silver apple, just really cute and fun and festive. And now let's give him a scarf, and that is going to also hide the point from that wooden ornament sign that we used for this snowman's face. So right now I'm actually taking some decorative mesh to do this. This is one of the black and white buffalo check decorative meshes from Dollar Tree. I just cut and looped that and just kind of tied it there around the snowman's neck area, and then I wanted to layer it up, so I also took some of this silver, shiny silver glitter ribbon from Dollar Tree as well, and I did a layer of that here. And then I basically just folded that over itself. You could tie it if you want, however you want to do it, and then I'm just going to glue that down on the corner. I glued his nose on, and then I decided to make a little tag here. I had seen a decoration online that had a sign, Parson Brown, and from the song, if you're familiar with the Christmas song about building a snowman and naming him Parson Brown, go ahead and comment and let me know the name of that Christmas song. But I'm taking one of these little tags from Dollar Tree, using my chalk marker, and even though this tag is paper, I think that it really gives it a little like chalkboard sign. I don't know, I thought this was really cute. But anyway, I glued that little sign on there, and then to just kind of complete it, I also glued in a little bit of greenery, a little bit of silver. That little silver fern piece is beautiful, silver glittery piece also from Dollar Tree. Definitely adds a lot of sparkle and glam and is just so beautiful. And then the finishing touch to kind of hold that little ribbon for his name tag is one of these little snowflake stickers, which you could leave wood, leave it natural wood. You could paint it white, black, green, you know, whatever color that you want. And here is how it turned out. Next up is a snowman, and for this one, I'm painting this fall Scarecrow sign over in white chalk paint. You're going to need a nice thick coat of paint in order to completely cover all the colors on this sign. And then once that's dry, I'm taking this extra wooden piece. I think this one actually broke off the sides of one of the Dollar Tree little wooden trays or something, but you could easily cut the ends off of one of like the jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart, and you can use that, or you could even use one of just the wooden rectangles that Dollar Tree sells in their craft section, where you get 6 of them for $1. So use whatever you have, use what works for you. I mean, in a pinch, you could probably even cut a piece of cardboard in this rectangle shape to attach to make the brim of our snowman's hat. So I glued that on to make the brim, and then I just painted the whole hat black with my black chalk paint. I used some of the Dollar Tree acrylic paint to make basically an orange triangle kind of sideways on here to be his little carrot nose, and then I did his eyes with my black Sharpie paint pen. I got to thinking though, if I tried to make like the rocks or coal or whatever for his smile, I thought he might end up looking like a Halloween character that was missing teeth or something. So I just went for a basic, simple, happy smile and left it at that. Now, I got interrupted at this point making this snowman, so I ended up coming back to finish the snowman actually like a week later, so that's why my nails suddenly look completely different now. Yeah, they didn't grow super long in a week. I'm actually using press-on nails. Been buying lots of press-on nails from them, and I get to mix and match and change up my nails for the seasons, which is a lot of fun. Anyway, I glued on 2 silver snowflakes for buttons and tied a plaid Dollar Tree scarf around his neck. I did have to go around twice and then double knot the scarf, but anyway, I was able to do this without cutting the material, so this way we still have a perfectly good scarf to reuse after winter. We don't really need a scarf after winter, but you guys know what I mean. If we want to in the future, the scarf is still like perfectly good to reuse. Now, you could make this one even with an extra scarf, something you might already have around the house, or even just a scrap of material. It doesn't have to be like a legit scarf. You can just, use whatever scrap of material and make a cute little scarf looking decoration around his neck. And then the final touch here is just adding some Christmas florals to our snowman's hat. I got everything in Dollar Tree, super easy, super affordable to make for Christmas. And this cute little snowman can hang out in your home all winter long as well, not just for Christmas. For the next one, I wanted to create a gingerbread cookie ornament with icing, and for this one you can use any wood shape. Dollar Tree has packs of wooden ornaments where you get like 5 wooden shapes for $1. That is going to be your best deal, but what I had today was just this snowman decor. I don't know if this is supposed to put like a little tea light candle, battery candle in here, but anyway, I'm going to just pull off the front and back pieces and use those separately for different DIYs. And I'm going to go ahead and take one of the wooden snowman shapes and paint it brown like a gingerbread cookie. Now, you can use whatever color or combination of paint that you like. Just get the color that you're happy with for a gingerbread cookie and paint your wooden gingerbread cookie. And then once it's dry, we can decorate and outline him however you want. Use either white fabric paint, that's what I'm using today. Again, this was something I found in Dollar Tree. They have puffy paint on occasion, or you could even use something like a tube of caulking. I think that would work as well. So whatever you want to use, go ahead and decorate and outline him the way that you would with some royal sugar cookie icing. And I just wanted to outline him and make some designs on here. So whatever you want to use. If you don't have any of that stuff, you could probably add some white chalk paint into like a little plastic sandwich bag and then just snip off the corner, just the tiniest bit. And then you could kind of squeeze the baggie and write with it just like you would decorating a cake or cookies with a bag of frosting. So I think that would work as well. Let me know if you try that. I haven't actually done it, but I fully believe that it could work. So let me know if you give it a try. And then once this is dry, to hang it up, you could make a loop of ribbon and glue that on the back as a hanger. But actually, my little gingerbread snowman nestled right on into my candy Christmas tree just fine and didn't even need a hanger. So here is how it turned out. For the next one, I'm taking a Dollar Tree foam carving pumpkin. I already pulled out the little stem and painted it white. Actually, to be honest, I took apart one of my fall DIYs, so I am now repurposing this one into Christmas now. Use a generous amount of hot glue to attach a round glass Dollar Tree jar on top of the pumpkin. And then down inside of it, I used hot glue to add a little snowman from Dollar Tree's Christmas Village pieces, along with a couple tiny little snowy Christmas trees as well. Glued those in and then poured in some of the Dollar Tree faux snow. You honestly only need just a little bit, enough to kind of cover the bottom. And then I added hot glue all along the top rim of the jar and placed a little Christmas top hat ornament right on top of there, and this fits perfectly. And now we have a little snowman snow globe Christmas decoration. Alright, so now let's repurpose some more fall DIYs. And if the glitter pumpkin on here sucked up a ton of white chalk paint to get it fully covered, so if you are going to start making this like from scratch, get a smooth pumpkin or something, not this glitter pumpkin, anything besides the glitter pumpkin. And paint that all white with some white chalk paint. And then I added this little snowman face on top. He's a little cutie, and I'm just going to complete the look with some burlap ribbon and a bit of the red and black deco mesh around his neck for a cozy Christmas winter scarf. And here is how he turned out. The next one is a little snowman ornament, and I took one of these smaller clear plastic ornaments that come 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree. Go ahead and fill this ornament with some of the styrofoam faux snow. Dollar Tree sells a whole bag of this, and you'll only need a little bit, along with a Sharpie paint marker. I made some eyes on here, some little dots to make his mouth, and then a little bit of orange acrylic paint from Dollar Tree, and just made a little sideways triangle basically to make a little carrot nose. And here is how our little snowman ornament turned out. For this one, I wanted to make something along the lines of a birch bark snowman, and I'm taking a Dollar Tree foam pumpkin as the base, and then wrapping and layering some lace ribbon around here for some texture. However, if you can find the narrow burlap and twine design ribbons at Dollar Tree, I think it would look better. I think it would even already give you some of that like brownish color to help make this look like a birch bark snowman. I couldn't find that, so we are just going to make this lace one work, but you'll have to let me know what you think of how it turns out. I also took a white velvet pumpkin from Dollar Tree. It just seemed like it was the best size. Now, if you can find one that's not velvet and that is in a size that works, by all means use that. Now, for the velvet pumpkin, I decided to try something a little bit different, and I took this burlap ribbon and cut it into 4 little pieces here, 4 strips of burlap ribbon, and then I spaced those out and wrapped them around the velvet pumpkin, and then I came back over it, glued everything on with hot glue, and I sponged white chalk paint over this one as well. I also came back and cut some pieces of that same lace and added that onto the edges of the burlap pieces that I added. Just really wanted to build up some texture and dimension on this pumpkin so we could really make it look like tree bark and make this look like a birch bark, along with a smaller smooth pumpkin for the head, which I also painted white, but I skipped the lace on here because we're going to make our snowman face on this one now. So I used a generous amount of hot glue to stack all 3 pumpkins and keep them in place. You do have to pull out or cut off the stems in order to stack them up. And then Dollar Tree has 3 adorable little top hat ornaments this year in slightly different colors and patterns. So one of those will be perfect for our snowman hat. Now, for his nose, I took a large orange bead and then I glued a smaller orange bead on top of it, and this made kind of like a little pointy orange carrot nose. I also brushed on some chalk paint over portions of the lace in order to help make it look a little bit more like pieces of birch bark. I am using the color Castle, which is kind of a grayish brown color. It just seemed like the best thing I have to look like this, but whatever you have that's kind of like a tan color. I went all the way around the bottom and the middle pumpkins like this, just making these kind of stripes on the edge of the ribbons, on the edge of some of the ribbons, just in order to kind of help it look a little bit like pieces of bark. And then I added a piece of burlap ribbon around his neck, and I just kind of glued that in place so it would stay right where I wanted it there. And then I took a black Sharpie marker, so easy and simple, to just make 2 little eyes and an adorable little smile on here, along with adding 3 beads down the front as buttons. Now comment and let me know some name ideas for this little snowman, or is it a snow lady? I'm not really sure, so let me know if you think this sweet snow person looks more like a snowman or a snow girl, and what would you name him or her? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know. Consider subscribing before you go. I would love to have you, and make sure you click that little bell so that you won't miss the next time I upload something new. I wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you soon in my next video.